right. Hello.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds.
Wow.
Rody Rod, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
So apparently we're on a little bit of delay with our intro man there.
It always
tonight.
starts with the guy.
Okay, so my name is Adam Baum. Welcome to Monday with the Marks, courtesy of the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast universe. On the couch beside me is my cohort, Rody Rob.
Yeah, the lighting's fucked up tonight. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, we're here, which is more than we could say for our normal third wheel, Brian, who had better things to do. I guess he needed to keep his options open. So he couldn't be here tonight as a result, Rob.
Yeah, how was your Thanksgiving, Adam?
My Thanksgiving was wonderful. I hung out with this other family of four. They have two daughters. I have a daughter and a son. But I had a lot of really good food there.
Yeah.
It was weird though. You have your traditional Thanksgiving stuff. Stuffing, cranberry sauce, turkey.
Lasagna's not weird. I know you're about to go.
Lasagna was on the menu.
Lasagna's not a weird side. I've been to several fucking Thanksgiving dinners that had lasagna as a side.
It was weird to me.
Okay,
it was weird to me.
Don't talk about it like you're the fucking authority.
Well, I'm not the authority. My whole point was it was weird to me.
My wife makes a fucking mean, kick-ass, flavorful fucking vegan lasagna.
I wouldn't know. She gave all the leftovers to some other guy that came by.
Don't change it all of a sudden.
But her mac and cheese was fucking bomb.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah,
so we can't. You got to take the good, the bad.
Yeah.
I didn't get to try the lasagna, which is why I was bringing this all up.
Yeah.
So I'm a little sour about the whole ordeal. On tonight's show, we're going to talk.
No, stop. I want this to be for everybody. I want you to see what just happened right here. I want you to see what just happened. I, as a great friend, said to Adam, "Hey, Adam, how was your Thanksgiving?" And then he responded back, and then he said, "Fuck it, I'm moving on to other things," rather than to reciprocate and say, "Hey, Rob, mine was great, blah, blah, blah. How was yours?"
Oh, I apologize. I forgot we're so.
I don't know.
We're such a caring cast.
I just
Rob,
I thought
how was your Thanksgiving?
Well, I don't want to talk about it now. I mean,
I didn't realize we brought Bob back, and you were just going to sulk on the show. Is this like a tribute to Bob?
I'm sorry. Does anybody else see what I'm saying here? That he just was like, "Yeah, mine was good. Fuck you."
Yeah, they said Thanksgiving lasagna is weird.
No, one person.
Christmas
said that.
lasagna is fine.
Daniel Price said that. He's nobody.
Juan's here. Daniel Price is here. Christopher Stegman. Those are our lieutenants.
I flew a plane by myself for the first time this weekend.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
It's pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't set you up for that.
And I coached my first basketball team today.
Oh,
that was fun.
So
right?
big things happening in the world of Rob.
Brian came in town, and we got to spend time with Brian. I'm sorry. I'm trying to start the show in an uplifting mode because we're going to be so shitty.
Speaking of uplifting, we tried to fix him up with somebody, but
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already with somebody, so it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe he didn't like our attempts there. Yeah. But regardless,
moving on.
He says, Adam, with conversational etiquette, you're expecting too much. Thank you. While that is shitting all over me, what do you expect, Rob? You know me pretty well.
I don't know.
You expected me to go, oh, well, how was yours?
Yeah.
I mean, DP knows.
I thought that was the thing,
Anyway, we're going to talk about one thing WWE related from Raw tonight.
It's be a long show tonight.
And then we're going to talk about our main topic, which is we only have one big topic tonight. First thing is going to be a little short. I didn't intend to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about Survivor Series?
No. We did Survivor Series last week.
Did we really?
Yes.
See, it's so forgettable.
Right? Totally.
I thought we did the fucking AEW one.
No, we did both. We did Full Gear because that was the week before, and then we did Survivor Series last week. So,
whatever.
Yeah, that was the last 2 weeks. Anyway, we had Raw on in the background tonight, and there was one thing that kind of stood out, and it was a promo where they basically just completely broke the fourth wall. It was Edge's big return to Monday night that was going to be interrupted by Miz's big return. For those who've been living under a rock, of course, Miz returned from Dancing with the Stars.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
And was you gong? You
I
want me
meant
to?
to do the gunshot.
Oh,
Yeah.
bang bang! Like you wanted me to go to the
No,
next
no,
thing?
like I should shoot myself because I didn't know Miz was
Oh.
fucking,
So they showed a nice package after Miz returns of his Dancing with the Stars vignette. And we got a lot of fourth wall breaks in Edge and Miz's cut here. Miz, of course, saying you get the full treatment for your return and you don't even mention me. Very similar to MJF and CM Punk's thing. You know, you're going around talking about everybody you're going to face but me. So much so that there was an even mention by Edge who said, yeah, your name is getting mentioned on other shows.
Rent free.
On other shows. So I know he could defend himself by saying they're talking about Miz and Mrs. He's not.
Yeah. Can I bring up something that on that topic? Right?
Yes. Before I get to the big exclamation point, go for it.
I think I got the light so bad I'm fucking glowing. Whatever. All right. So on that topic, and for everybody to know, I have had a couple drinks. You say breaking the fourth wall, and you say fucking, they're letting the kayfabe down. But there's a common theme in more than one feud right now, and that is that your friends got cut, or this money went to your friends, or your partner got fired.
Okay, since you bring it up like that, yes, because you're talking about Becky and Liv.
I'm also talking about Miz and Edge.
No, I know, but I'm saying we're talking about Miz and Edge.
Well, right.
I know you've had some cocktails, but you're saying it's
No.
paralleling because it is part of the Becky Liv thing.
No, what I'm saying is what I said. And what I said was, if you're talking about them breaking the fourth wall, that they've done that tonight, but are they really breaking the fourth wall if it's a multiple theme throughout the night? Then it's just part of the fucking then it's just part of the wall.
So,
right? If they're using the firings,
it's true.
As a gimmick, it's part of the wall. So
It's true. It's true to use it as part of the gimmick, to kind of go for that shock factor. But it feels weird when all your critics are being like, I can't believe you did this. And they're alluding to, of course, John Morrison's release, and in the women's segment, Ruby Riot's release. Now, Ruby Soho's on AEW. We'll talk about her as one of the big topic tonight. But this is, it is what it is. This is a stall for us to get to AJ and Edge, which everybody wants. AJ and Edge got a lot of, if you're doing the whole pop test tonight, that was the one that got the pop. The only thing that I really wanted to talk about, though, is that they went full out, and Edge said, hey, dude, while you were out dancing with the stars, your partner got cut.
Yeah.
It's not just his partner. His partner's wife got cut, too.
Yeah.
It's a real shot, and I hate to say it, I don't like them using somebody's firing as storyline. I think that demeans that person who you've already taken away their livelihood. Now you're going to use them as part of your story and double down. You're using Ruby in the Liv story, and you're using Morrison here.
I would imagine that even if this was brought up by the writers, by Vince, and said, you're going to do this, which is a dick move. I agree with you. But I would imagine that all the performers, Liv probably called Ruby and said, hey, they're going to have me do.
No, they were handed the script 10 minutes ago.
No, because they did the Ruby thing last week, too.
Okay, well, the Edge and Miz thing they didn't do last week.
Technology, they don't have to wait for the pigeon to get there now. They can just call them on a cell phone or text. So they might have texted and say, look, they're going to put me on a storyline tonight. My script is about you getting fired. I just want to let you know that. Same thing with fucking Miz. Hey, man, they're going to fucking have me bring you up tonight about getting fired. You know, not a tasteful thing, but I can imagine the superstars were in the clear, right? They did the right thing.
Maybe. DP says,
maybe.
Was it fourth wall breaking as it is WWE telling AEW they're welcome for all that material? I think Rob nailed it on the head, DP. It's not that they're breaking fourth wall and kayfabe. This is what it's become. So they're not going anywhere new. This is what is there.
Hey, you know how I've been firing everybody and like taking them out of a job. I got an idea.
Why do you keep looking that way?
Let's make it into a storyline.
Why do you keep looking that way? God damn it!
Look at me.
Don't look at that way.
Look at me.
Why do you keep looking that way?
Look at me.
That was some dumb shit.
The worst Vince impressions ever having.
Yeah.
Scene.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. That's what we do.
So I got 15, Rob. This is our one topic tonight. Some of these are gonna go fast.
51.
I've got 15 former WWE stars, current AEW stars. About half of them left of their own accord after their contracts were expired, and half were future endeavored.
Okay.
I can tell you which is which as we go. If it matters, it doesn't. But let's talk about, is the grass greener? Is where I want to focus here. I don't want to focus on AEW, like Brian would want to. Is AEW a better company? Is Vince an asshole?
Yeah, of course.
And is Vince an asshole?
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk about just these people in general.
Kurt Stallion.
So Kurt Stallion is not one of the 15.
No.
He is not juicy, no longer. Rob is to blame for that one as soon as he made that damn sound effect.
I killed him.
So I want to talk about, we'll start off with the originals. The original guys that left WWE to go to AEW. They didn't get future endeavored. They fucking left.
They left. Fuck it. I'm out.
We're going to talk about Mox, Jericho, and Pac. Let's talk about Pac first. Pac, he's an odd one, Rob. And I want to start with him because...
Hey, Mom!
Sorry.
The meatloaf!
You're good.
We want it now! The meatloaf!
You really just want to test to make sure...
Right now.
Wow. So you picked the longest fucking sound effect. What a dick. All right. So Pac has had 28 matches since leaving WWE. He was...
You got a pen? I'm going to write this down.
Okay.
I want to be fully informed.
Okay.
Pac.
So
28.
Pac has had 28 matches.
28
his record is 20 wins, 7 losses, and one draw.
That doesn't matter. But go ahead.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, rankings don't matter.
But I think that of the originals, he's very low in terms of match count because of his whole visa thing during COVID. He's a little bit of victim of circumstance.
Did he have credit problems?
No.
Oh.
Like the 2-week quarantine after he comes back and forth.
Oh, you said visa. I thought that maybe he was, late on his payment.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
FICO went down.
I didn't. There's
He
something
couldn't
with
afford
the
a rental
travel
car.
where you've got to isolate for 2 weeks. He has to isolate for 2 weeks.
No, you were right.
No.
It was a visa. I was trying to be funny and look stupid. And
Oh,
make
okay.
I was letting you belittle me there, but you missed that opportunity.
Yeah, I did miss it. I thought maybe I was wrong.
I'm a lot smarter than you guys.
I thought maybe I was wrong. I've been drinking too.
No, a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
Just poquito.
Pac, 28. Okay, any
so-
titles? Any titles?
Pac has had no titles.
No titles. Zero
He
belts.
had, in my opinion, probably only Rob. He had
OnlyFans.
the best match of Kenny Omega's title run.
Okay.
When him and Orange Cassidy had the triple threat for the belt.
I have to ask you a question for my data. For my data.
Yes.
How many singles feuds has Pac had? And it's what, 2 years now? 2.5 years?
Andrade was one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rough number. It doesn't be exactly right. If we're wrong, who cares?
I would say
Subscribe,
2 or
whatever.
3 in
2 or
3 years.
I would
As
say-
an original.
We'll go high end. We'll say 3.
Okay.
3 in 2 years.
And he's one of these 3 AEW originals
So
that I want to talk about. Oh, actually, there's 4 originals, but I'm gonna save Cody for the fucking end.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're gonna do Cody last.
So on a recap, Pac, 28 matches.
Yep.
21-7 wins. No belts.
No
3
belts.
feuds, roughly.
Yeah, he had title opportunities,
What's
but yeah,
next?
no belts.
Cool.
Next to the originals is Jericho, of course, your inaugural champion.
Well, I mean, come on.
He's been pushed to the moon. There's not really a lot to argue here. He has only been in 18 matches.
Moon.
Hey,
Moon.
he's only been in 18 matches.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's actually. Well, does that include tag matches?
Yeah.
Does that include the fucking
I
Stampede
think
arena
that's.
matches?
I think this is just singles.
Okay, because there's no way he's been way more than 18.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Then he's been-
This is from a site that I looked up that had all these done because AEW only wanted to have this year.
Okay, so he's been late champion,
Yes.
and he's had several feuds.
He's the leader of the faction. He's had several memorable feuds. Let's not talk about him.
We'll give him an A+.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did a great thing, and so did this other guy that's an original is Mox. Mox is 26-7.
Wait,
Most of his losses have come in tag matches.
I don't want to get too hard into Mox yet.
Okay.
Let's go back to Pac real quick.
Okay.
Let's add something to this, guys. We
Well-
are fucking creative. We're creative juices right now. Let's add something to this. So after each person,
Yeah.
we should do is the grass greener.
Okay.
Okay. So with Pac, 28 matches, 27-1, 0 belts, maybe 3 feuds per year, if that. Is the grass greener, Adam?
Okay. First off, I don't want you to think that this is a cop out or a theme because
It is.
Pac is the only one that's like this on.
Okay.
Pac left as a 24/7. He left as a 205 Live champ. He was the cruiserweight champ.
Right.
He had a very legitimate title run.
Mhm.
He was a former NXT champ.
King of the cruiserweights.
Yes,
Yeah.
he fucking great character. The Bastard Pac, by the way, is a great character.
Yeah. That's used.
He was a featured player on WWE. Is the grass greener? I would say yes, only with the giant asterisks on this one, Rob. If it weren't for the travel visa things, I think his programs that fell apart because of the travel would have been bangers. So he's the only one on this list
Yeah.
that has an excuse, if you will. I know we want to talk about Excuse Mountain, but this is fucking legit. Okay, he got legit fucked by COVID and the travel and the work schedule and the everything. And he wants to be home. You understand that?
Yeah.
It's not. He could have stayed here and worked his whole.
I don't get it because I'd rather not. I'd rather
Okay, yeah,
not be
I
home.
know, but
Yeah.
he likes his family.
Yeah.
But okay, so Pac is the grass greener. I'm gonna say yes because he was booked to do more.
Okay.
It just didn't see fruition.
Adam says yes. I say it's the same shade.
Yeah.
Same shade.
Yeah, and I think all the originals that we're talking about here are the same shade. Mox and Jericho, same shade.
Although you got to
They were multi-time champs in WWE. They were legit main eventers.
right.
They had all their moments in the sun.
Yeah. So, but okay, we can move on. But I would say that Pac had a belt in WWE. He hadn't had one in AEW. Okay, next.
And that's why I said that one's so hard because of
Okay.
his
All right.
lack of push.
Moxley. What do we got? Moxley.
Moxley's obviously. Moxley and Jericho I want to just kind of lump together
One
here.
title. long
They've
was his
each
run?
had one title.
How long was his run?
Almost a year.
Was it a year? Okay.
Yeah. Jericho's was 7 months. Moxley 36 matches, 26-7. Most of his losses coming in a tag format. And Moxley's been a main eventer the whole time on AEW. Is the grass greener? I would argue Mox is your top guy on AEW. So yeah, the grass is green. Who else? Tell me who's above him.
Hangman.
As a draw, not who's the champ currently.
Jericho.
As the draw. Who gets the biggest pop? They went and bought a song for him. People go fucking nuts for Mox.
Mox.
The outcry and support from him going to rehab right now.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm not down and under rehab,
I know you're not down in the rehab, but I'm saying that showed how over he is.
because he got support from people.
Yes, everybody likes him. Heel fans, face fans,
I understand.
girls, boys.
Jake the Snake got
kids.
everybody to help him too. I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm just saying that's his people being people, right? I'm not.
No,
gonna,
I know.
I'm not going to put that as a part of the equation here.
He's
A,
half
B,
of
C
a
plus
wrestling
D.
power
Z's
couple.
not in it. Wrestling power couple.
Renee.
Renee's not a power. She's not.
She used to be.
Okay.
She's not now.
You need to stop. You need to stop. Look, Mox was a gimmick, and this is no disrespect to Mox. Mox was a gimmick. He was the first big sign from the active roster of WWE. He was the big change of what's going on. We're changing it. We're bringing over these people. That's who he was. And I think besides that, I think he probably looked at Tony Khan and was like, you know what, bro? Don't make me the champion all the time. We'll do it now, and then just let me do some fucking blow up matches. I don't fucking care, man.
Play NJPW guys.
Fucking do whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll be that guy for you. I don't fucking care. So, I honestly, I think he was a gimmick, and I think that his title was a gimmick, and I have to say that I think probably for his mental standing and for work-life balance, I'm sure the grass is greener for him.
Yeah.
On a professional wrestling, the push, all that, I think the grass is not greener. I mean, work happiness all aside, right? I'm sure he's happy.
Yep. I'm gonna need to disagree with you, and the only reason I'm gonna disagree with you is because of the NJPW stuff that you're not factoring in that he's been able to do during that time. He's held the belt over there.
Point.
He was able to go and wrestle over there to have some what they call quote unquote dream matches. But what does agree with your point is what Daniel Price says, and I kind of agree with him too, Rob. So I'm kind of torn by your points, but he says Moxley pigeonholed himself into gimmick matches. I have to kind of take a step back after what Rob said and after what DP said and go, the best of the AEW matches that were of Mox were gimmick matches. He couldn't hold it on his own to just do a, hey, this is my own.
That was his fault. And that's not, look, this is the whole, our guys can be creative for themselves company, right?
Right. Well, he came from CZW.
And did he really pigeonhole himself, or is he just doing what he really wants to do right now?
Well, and that's why I brought up CZW. He was a deathmatch guy in CZW.
Yeah.
He started off pretty much a deathmatch guy in AEW.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think if he would.
What's up, Vice?
And I know it's obvious, but if he wouldn't have had a WWE run, he never would have been as big a fucking deal as he became as a signee to AEW and his run to AEW. If he would have been somebody who just came into AEW, I don't think he would have gotten to be that big. I really don't.
I think I can make my point why I give my vote.
Paid him.
Why I give my vote to Mox as a grass is greener guy.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Why?
One rule. In WWE, I only ever gave a shit about his chase. Once he was the champ, I didn't care.
Well,
in AEW, when he had that long chase at the end of it, I actually thought he was a decent champion in AEW versus the way he was champion in WWE was just, eh.
Yeah.
Think about that, though. Remember in WWE, his championship runs were like, eh.
Yeah, they were, eh.
But in AEW, it seemed important.
I don't agree with that at all. I think actually I have you on this show, and we can probably check the tape. You agreeing with me that, he still sucks at holding the belt.
He does, no matter what, because he held it like 3 to 5 times at WWE, but he was always bad.
And the kind of Vice says, "Wow, Rob, you still do podcasts. You thought I took my ball and went home. Be careful what you wish for, mofo." I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're like Tony Khan. We got a huge fucking announcement next week. But we'll get there. Let's go Jericho. We don't need to talk about, right? No. Inaugural champ.
I give Mox an F.
I think Jericho, the grass is greener for one reason, Rob.
Jericho has pavement.
But do you know why?
Why?
Money. He's got the Jericho Cruise now.
Yeah. We had that before.
Did he?
Yeah, for a while.
He had the Jericho Cruise when he was at WWE?
Very long time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, very long time.
All right, never mind. I withdraw my objection. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Miro. Miro, let's just do a little quick recap of his WWE days.
Okay.
He ended John Cena's Open Challenge era of the U.S. title, but he then lost the title back to Cena at some point. He was never really a heavyweight contender, and up to now has never really been a heavyweight contender in AEW. He did get the mid-card belt, the TNT, just like he held the U.S. title. He debuted as part of a tag team with AEW, working with Kip Sabian for a long time before his solo run. He's had 20 matches. He's 17-3. Grass is greener. he's not a featured player in the current AEW landscape. Is he a character? Is he a potential draw for them? Sure, but is the grass greener? My vote's no.
Yeah, I kind of look. I think he had a higher billing, a higher profile in WWE, and even if when he left it was on a fucking downslope, which honestly,
What's up, Tony Lopez?
At this point, I don't necessarily always believe that it's not the performer's fault, right?
Well, and he was one of those guys who didn't leave of his own accord, Rob.
Okay,
he was future endeavored.
I understand that, but I think we have to, as wrestling fans, hear me out here. This is not a WWE apologist I'm about to say here. I have my issues with them, very much so. But I think we have to get out of the mindset that everybody that was fired from WWE somehow has been wronged, right? Somehow it's not their fault they were fired. He was so good at this feud. He was so fucking great. I don't know if that's necessarily true, because I've seen a lot. We talked about Xavier Woods, right? Xavier Woods is somebody who you never consider just on first glance when he first came in doing the fucking dance gimmick with fucking Funkadactyls. Remember that shit?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He main roster debuted with Brodus Clay.
Right. So you would never have considered him.
He was fucking terrible with that shit.
And
then he went to the Gospel New Day.
You would never have considered him to be a champion type figure, or even actually make it beyond a year. Really, like maybe
or make it beyond the tag division.
Right, before he was future endeavored. Xavier Woods put in the fucking work. He put in the work and built himself into his own. No, he put in the work. He built himself into his own brand. He became valuable. He became a money maker, a brand for WWE to hold on to. He did that, right? And he did that in defiance of everything they wanted him to be. So he's a perfect example of these people going, they held me down. Did they hold you down, man? Or did you actually hold yourself down? So when I look at Miro, I go, you know what? They actually pushed you. They gave you a fucking tank during WrestleMania. They gave you a tank during WrestleMania. If you think that money to get a tank was not significant for WrestleMania, you're wrong, right? You got a tank for WrestleMania. So my point is, if maybe he would have stopped being so bitchy because that's a moment his character was down, he would have found himself eventually back in a prominent position on the roster. Grass is not fucking greener.
Yeah, I mean, so we're aligned on that one. Just before we move on, quick thing on the board. Stike, Stat Boy's got to correct me, and I got to eat the crow. Alberto Del Rio ended John Cena's Open Challenge reign.
Well, he hits women, so whatever.
Yeah, so
good for you.
And Rusev Day did Lana in that tank. Now, Tony Lopez, I'm glad he brought it up. Rusev got himself over as fuck, and WWE was burying him in the tag division with Vicky Guerrero's son-in-law. So I just, but Daniel Price, to agree with you on kind of the Xavier side, he said, Truth's an example of someone who'll never be future endeavored. He's put in too much work to make himself and got on Vince's good side. I mean, I think that's part of it did Truth and Xavier get themselves on Vince's good side, Rob? Or was it what you said? They built themselves up to be enough of a marketable asset that Vince would be foolish to part ways with either one of them.
Okay.
Xavier has an empire that is tied to WWE.
Yeah. Okay. So I think there's something you got to consider here from a business standpoint. If you have somebody working for you, for your business, and you operate the business the way you want to operate it, because
it's your business.
It's your fucking business.
Right.
I hired you. You do it the way I want you to do it. Right? If you don't like it,
no question.
There's other places to work.
Yep.
Right? So, when you say, Rusev got himself over, and Rusev Day this, and Rusev Day that, that's great. That's great. You want the fans to be excited and engaging, and they embrace that for a minute. But there becomes to a point where an owner goes, we did it. We got some love for it.
We got some T-shirt sales.
I need to move the fuck away from this.
Maybe that's why AEW loved them.
There's other things I need to do. I have other talent I need to push. I need to find other revenue streams. But my point is that Miro became a highlight, kind of a control moment on the show. Xavier has never been a control moment on the show, right? He's always been within the realm of controllable.
Well, and New Day themselves as a whole is just it's an anomaly of a different breed.
that was New Day was a gift.
Yeah,
it was a gift. New Day is a once in a generation phenomenon.
Yeah, Vince went with the gospel route, said, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys try something different before we break you up, and they became the most decorated team of all time.
I think New Day is a new version of like a DX kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They created their own
a
thing.
face DX.
They created their own.
Which is so weird because it's so hard right now in today's landscape of professional wrestling to be a face.
Yeah.
And New Day does it with such ease.
Yeah, because remember when they were heels, they were fantastic. And when they went face, like, oh, how's this gonna go? And it's gone great.
Yeah. Fucking pancakes.
Right, and you got to consider
pancakes.
When I say like DX, it's because DX basically said, hey, WCW's kicking our ass, Vince. You need to let us do what we want to do. Let us do our own shit. And Vince said, fine, fucking do it. Your funeral. And with New Day, they were failing in the gospel thing. And Xavier and Kofi and Big E said, just let us do our own thing. If you don't like it, fucking fire us. Yeah. And then fucking they did it. And boom, there you go. I'm sorry. A lot of time on that one. Sorry.
I want to talk about these next two. We talked about Mox and Jericho as a package deal. I want to talk about these next two as a package deal.
No.
Do you know why, Rob?
No.
These guys are a package deal.
You guys.
Oh, I just want to clarify. I'm not talking about FTR.
Who?
I'm talking about Malachi Black and Andrade because these two very obviously single stars. Yeah. Maybe mid-card is their ceiling. We could argue that for days. But these are very obviously singles competitors. Their gimmicks are so far apart from one another that even their attachment to one another makes no sense. And yet, when they were teamed together constantly, it seems like, in WWE some way or another, now here they are. And let's not forget, and Stike, correct me if I'm wrong, Black lost his title to Andrade, or Andrade lost his title to Aleister Black. I can't remember what it was on NXT. But these two guys had a very noteworthy feud on NXT. And now here they are. They've both been on the roster of AEW for 6 months. Here's the resume, Rob. Andrade's been in not three title matches. Oops, my mistake. He's had 3 managers. And he's hardly ever on TV. He's had 10 matches. He's 7-3. Aleister Black, 6 months. He's had 9 matches. He's 7-2. And after he beat Cody twice, he got relegated to a tag team match against him, which he's been losing all the tag matches. That's his 7-2.
I think it's fair to just...
So who's the grass greener there, motherfucker?
I think it's fair to point out that, as you said in the very beginning of this segment, that there are some that were not, they didn't leave on their own accord. They were fired. These are two that were fired.
future endeavored.
I don't know specifically if either one of them asked to be released.
Andrade did.
Okay.
That's what I was about to correct you on.
Andrade did. So is it grass greener for Andrade?
He was a former U.S. champion and an NXT champion.
Yeah. I don't think the grass is greener for Andrade. I think the sky was the limit for Andrade in WWE. And unfortunately, he was there during COVID. And, I mean, it had to be hard to really push people during COVID, right? And Aleister, I think, kind of in the same boat. Although I fairly would say, and I don't say this for Andrade, I think they actually used Andrade pretty good in WWE, to be honest.
Considering he could not speak English, and I want to make this clear, I'm not trying to pick on anybody like this.
No.
When you look at Asuka, and where Asuka has come from, her wrestling ability has not changed.
No.
Her ability to cut a promo because of her ability to do it in English, because that's your market if you're WWE, has grown to where she continued to get that push. Andrade could not, outside of having his handler. I'm just saying, from a promo standpoint, that's tough. This isn't the old days with Mr. Fuji to narrate for you or someone to speak for you. Vince does not like managers and valets.
You're sounding you need to speak the language, motherfucker.
No. For the audience, for WWE's audience.
And it's interpreters
He does.
sometimes.
He has an interpreter in AEW because they don't care. Vince was never going to spend the money. That's my point, Rob.
No.
He wasn't going to give him a second person. He gave him Zelina for a while. As soon as they broke up, it was the end of Andrade.
Vince has given plenty of managers to people before for mouthpieces. I'm going to 100,000% fucking disagree with you.
Well, we do agree that the grass isn't greener.
And I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna say that of the two, Malachi, Alistair, was completely misused. They had such an opportunity to create an iconic generational character with Alistair that I think we all would have latched onto, and then 20 years down the road,
A Taker level, right?
to look at him and I mean,
In terms of the mystique, not in terms of
maybe. Maybe. I mean, Taker's a hard. It's a hard pill, you know. But
I mean, somebody who somebody who didn't need a title to exist, I guess, is where I'm coming from the comparison.
Exactly. I mean, at minimal, at viscera level, you know.
Okay. Wow. Wow, that's a big difference, Viscera and Taker.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, an iconic character. Viscera's an iconic character.
I mean, no, I'm not. Whatever. Go on.
Yeah, you were going way higher than I was.
All right, that's what I'm saying. With our scale that we both just decided
we
on.
put Taker on the Mount Rushmore and we talk about it.
No. But I'm saying that level of character. I'm not saying he would have been Taker level
Bray,
of iconic gimmick.
Bray could have been that level of character if they would have done it right.
Yeah.
But I don't. Anyway, so grass is green on the other
talk about
side
that all day.
for neither one of them. Honestly, so.
Neither one of them, but I think that time might tell on Malachi Black. Oh, wait, no, never mind. He got stuck in a tag division instantly by Tony Khan. But I think Malachi Black is the bigger swing and a miss for WWE than Andrade. How about, is that fair?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Andrade wanted he was getting pushed correctly. He wanted to leave. Boom, he's gone.
Yeah.
So, Andrade, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Alistair was not used correctly. Should have been used better. Now he's nothing. Grass is not greener. Sorry, you got fucked.
All right, we got 9 people to go, so I think some of these we can just be very quick with.
Okay, you're right.
Because some of these have only been here for 3 months. Adam Cole, he's been here for 3 months, 11 matches, 8-3. Huge fucking, like, the guy on NXT for years.
Yeah.
Top 3 for his entire run on NXT. Top 3 guy.
You wanted to go quicker.
Adam Cole, grass is not greener.
No.
He's relegated to tag division and whatever.
We don't know what the plan.
Yet. Could
Right.
get better, so jury's still out. But for now,
at this very point right now, not at all.
okay. And
Well, unless you bring up the fact that he was going to be a midget manager on the main.
that was both men have said that wasn't true.
Okay, cool.
So if that was true, that was Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon high as a kite. Discussing.
Do it.
Let's talk about the almost original guy. This one's quick. Matt Hardy. 34 matches at the company, AEW.
Thank you, Juan. Go ahead. He's talking about your racism. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Juan. I was thinking, my racism comment about Andrade not speaking English was more from the mind of Vince.
Adam is not
It
racist.
wasn't my own personal
He's
view.
not racist. He lives in a bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you, buddy.
Matt Hardy,
He's Jewish. What do you want?
34 matches. He's 23-11. Nothing to brag about at home. Yeah, Matt Hardy.
Grass
He's
doesn't matter.
yeah, he's had some memorable feuds, but is the grass greener?
No, it doesn't matter. The grass is enough for his wheelchair to move around in.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's not a guy we need to talk about too much. He is at the end of his career, and I think he's right where he should be, even though the grass isn't greener.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson's another quick one. Just like Adam Cole, he's only been there 3 months. The big difference is he's 13 matches, he's 11-1-1, and he's the number 1 contender for Hangman. And he's featured more than all of these debuts combined, Rob.
Daniel Bryan, I'm gonna say it's an incomplete, and I don't think you could have an answer for this for at least 2 years.
Yeah. And I agree with Rob on that statement, but I think the grass is greener in the mind of Bryan Danielson from the freedom that he can wrestle these people that he couldn't under WWE's umbrella. I think from his mind, that has him thinking right now grass is greener.
I think.
And he's the only guy who talks well about WWE. He's going to go back.
Yeah, a lot of
Out of all these guys, he will be back in WWE.
I know you keep using words to just keep talking. So let me
Do
respond.
you agree with that?
I'm going to respond to you.
Please do.
Because I mean, it'd be great if you just stopped talking for.
This is my
a half
co-host,
second.
Rody Rob.
Can you guys not recognize that? Can somebody please tell him that he just starts talking and it's so fucking just overwhelming that no one can get anything in? Can you just please, one time, I know you guys hate me. Look, I know you all hate me. I know you do. And I know for all the years. Hold on, you're doing it right now. For all the fucking years that we have done this podcast, I know you think I'm angry and I'm bitchy.
He's an angry elf.
And Rob this. He's still fucking doing it. I know you fuckers hate me. And I know the last thing you want to do is give me any credit or say I said anything of fucking relevance or intelligence at all. I know you fucking hate me. Just this one fucking time. Can you please tell Sir fucking talks a lot that he just overwhelms the conversation and then people are like, I forgot what I was going to say. I mean, one fucking... My mic is muffled. Fuck you, Daniel Price. Fuck all of you. All right.
Tony Lopez asked who was the most matches in AEW. From the page that I looked at, it was Jungle Boy, which I believe is probably accurate. Because he wrestles on Dark, Elevation, Rampage, and Dynamite.
I'm not listening to you.
All right, good. There's two guys who came out of the killing WWE stars that came back to AEW. This was not the first one. 6 months ago, we got pushed in the stage. I thought this was straight up beating, motherfucker. Right. We have Christian Cage. He's been 15 matches. Grass is greener. He's 12-4. He was the Impact champion on. Impact champion on AEW. And he got a contender match. And he's been relegated to trio matches with Jungle Express. Brian's Jungle Express. You can't do that with him. He doesn't fit this category. What do you mean? Christian doesn't count because he came out of retirement? Is that the difference?
Yeah.
CM Punk is also on this list.
That's a big... Why would you put CM...
He's fixing his mic.
Why would you put CM Punk on the list?
Yeah, he's
No, but why would you put Christian or WWE on the list? Or Christian or CM Punk? Christian has been retired. And they... No.
And Punk doesn't count. Throw them out.
If they didn't have a job before, then obviously whatever it is, the grass is greener now, right?
Okay.
So you could...
No. You're 100% right.
I
I mean,
that's...
that's...
Was retirement...
I don't have... To that point, Rob, I don't have a counter. You're unemployed. Is the grass greener now? To your point.
Yeah.
I don't have a counter.
Okay.
Plus, either one of them, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So we've only got a couple to go. One of them is a tag team that I think we can spend a little bit of time on, and that is FTR. FTR. One of them has had 26 matches. One of them has had 29. They both have 22 wins. They are former AEW tag champs. They've been on the roster about a year.
Yeah. Talk to them. I'm not listening right now.
AAA champs is FTR. They were former champs on WWE. They were former champs in NXT. I think they're the first 2-time champs. I could be wrong there. But they were featured players for a while, and then they got stuck. And they left.
Your mic is not even on.
It's not on.
No, it's not even on. It's fucking low battery.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't even bother to check your shit before you know.
What do you mean I didn't check?
You didn't check your shit for the show.
I'm getting blamed for this.
You are getting blamed for this.
Lordy.
Oh.
Let me use that mic.
No, because that would be complicated. And I don't want to do all that. See what we do? See, look at this. We're what, 5 or 6 fucking years into this podcast. I have been saying it for fucking years. Adam doesn't pay attention to the small fucking things, right? Like,
One
hey,
says we can hear me.
give
Spike
me
says
the
we can't.
fucking thing.
One of them says we can hear me.
I just listen to myself. I don't care what either one of them says. Juan's a moron.
And now your audio went dead.
My audio's fine now. That's your shit that's not on.
Well, why don't you plug me back in?
I'm doing it now, mister. I didn't check my shit before the show.
You're the executive producer. Who should check this shit but you?
There.
All right.
I blame everybody but myself.
So FTR, I felt
for anything.
Rob, you were actually watching AEW back then. I felt FTR. They debuted. They got vaulted to the titles, and then their title reign ended very quickly, so that the Bucks could hold the titles hostage.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Is that a grass is greener? Ever since then, they've been contenders recently against the Lucha Brothers. They're part of Pinnacle now. They've had crazy Tully Blanchard challenging Arn during their promos. What do you think?
I think that people have no patience, and I think people get bitchy when they're not in the fucking main spotlight. And I think the problem with FTR and WWE, and again, my opinion, I could be 100% wrong, right? I could be completely wrong about this. I don't know.
LOL one.
I have no inside fucking track on this, but it seems like maybe these are the kind of guys like, come on, Vince, put us in the spotlight. Well, no, you're gonna hang back for a minute. We're gonna do the other stuff, and hey, give it about a year, we'll get you back up there as a fucking.
Like they were impatient.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that leave WWE. Again, I'm not a fucking apologist. I don't give a fuck what you think. A lot of people leave WWE with this kind of entitlement, like I should have been this and I should have been that and I should have been given every opportunity that I fucking wanted. You know what? Maybe. Like I tell people at my trivia shows when they're like, "No, the answer's this." I'm like, you know what? When you start your fucking trivia show, you make the answer that.
It's a fair point. Now, I think it's a little bit of karmic retribution, the whole FTR everything. And here's how I'll agree with you, Rob.
Yeah.
But here's how I'll agree with you. They can't be just featured players in the new landscape of WWE, like Rob said, every single fucking time. And that might not have been something that they were comfortable with, or the freedom that they are now getting with AEW. In terms of is the grass greener and all of that shit, I'll just say this. FTR, you were on a big stage there. You're kind of still on a big stage now. But whether you think that you should always be in the push, it's kind of karma. If that's why they left, Rob, WWE, because they weren't getting pushed enough, they debut AEW right to the title. And they have an extremely short title run by comparison of all other title runs currently in AEW.
It was horrible.
Theirs is the shortest across all belts.
Yeah.
And they lose to the Bucks, who hold the belts hostage. Now, why I said it was karmic is because maybe they didn't trust Vince and his whatever with the tag teams in WWE. But look at what the Bucks did to the tag division in AEW.
Rondo's got what plants crave.
Yeah.
You can't argue that, because shit like Private Party, Butcher and Blade, and Hybrid, well, hell, the whole Hardy family, they used to be in featured matches. Now they're non-existent.
Yeah. I don't know how you... I've always thought that was hilarious. Like, oh, we're going to do the tag division right because WWE has been ruining the tag division fucking years. And I was like, yeah, I fucking agree with you. Fucking right on. Let's do it. And our answer is to do more tag teams than we can possibly handle. And then we'll just put all of our single stars in the tag team division too. And then our whole show will be nothing but a tag division.
Everything that Rob just said, both AEW and WWE do. The biggest difference is IWC supports AEW doing it and buries WWE for doing it. It's the same thing on both scenarios.
Yeah.
Like we need our tag team division to bolster. Who's the fucking tag champs in WWE? Randy and Riddle.
Yeah.
Who were the tag champs for a while in AEW? Kenny and Hangman.
Yeah.
Who are the former and current AEW champs? Kenny and Hangman. I mean,
but you can make the argument. You can make the argument that AEW is teaching us a lesson. Because when we said, "Oh, we want better tag team divisions in WWE," and I don't disagree with that statement, but also you got to kind of go, "Yeah, but we're getting all these tag teams in AEW, and we're looking at AEW going, man, I really wish we had some singles divisions in AEW."
Yeah. Now, I thought you were going to go in somewhere different. What I think, what I've learned as the difference, Rob,
Yeah.
is that it's what you go in with. When shit is exactly the same in WWE and AEW on so many levels, it's all about self-fulfilled prophecy. You go in thinking WWE is shit, guess what? You watch their product and you think it's shit.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for every fucking flaw there could be. It's what fucking we've done since starting this podcast. And then you go into AEW and you think they're the bee's knees. This is amazing. Like, and I'm glad he's not here to because I don't want to throw him under the bus, but like Brian does. He thinks everything is amazing in AEW land. But it's the same stuff that he was critical of in WWE land. And that fucking double standard.
Let's give credit to Brian. Brian, yes.
Well, Brian knows the indie circuit more.
Well, that's not what
There's his credit.
That's not what I was going to say at all.
Oh, okay.
But there have been times we've made Brian see the light, and he's admitted it. But yes, he is at first always an apologist.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think that has AEW revitalized some things? Yes. Has AEW, when it comes to matches, put on better matches than most? Yeah. But they don't. They're just as flawed as WWE in their endings. They're just as flawed as WWE in their storylines. And they're just as flawed, if not worse, in WWE as here's catering.
I don't know if you can say that AEW's put on better matches.
There's been a lot. Okay, now this is where we're going to differ, but there's been a lot of really good matches that the ending blew.
No, I'm not arguing that there hasn't been really great matches at the endings blew. I'm not arguing that there hasn't been really great matches on AEW. But I'll be honest, and I was always kind of the guy that's like, I don't like the flippy shit comments, you know. I was like,
Super Kick Party.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, calm down.
Spot Monkeys.
It's a show or whatever. But once you get a full show, once you get an actual weekly television program and that has a pay-per-view to go with it, and you see it in full broadcast all the time, I'm sorry. AEW is so fucking spotty that 9 out of 10 of their matches, if there's a story, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're trying to tell me in that match.
That is the problem
with the wrestling.
Okay,
and WWE, where they may be fucking scripted and short matches and limited movesets, they are usually fairly okay with telling the story.
Rob hit the nail on the head here. AEW's biggest problem is predictable outcomes, and there's not a connected storyline. Yes, you may be. AEW is relying on the fact that they're like, oh my God, we get Andrade versus Kenny Omega, you know, if that's their dream match. They're like, this is amazing. But what are you doing to make me care about it other than, wow, this is the first time these guys are fighting?
Yeah.
Because that's not always enough of a draw to get people outside of it. And I don't know if you saw this, Rob. I know I did. Paul Heyman's comments about AEW. He said, and I...
No, you're talking about Bischoff.
No, I'm talking about Paul Heyman.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
Paul Heyman came out with a couple comments. The interviewer asked, what do you think about AEW? And he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said, hey, AEW shouldn't give a shit what I say or what I have to say about them. He said they should care about what their fans think and what their fans are telling them and what their fans want and whatever. And he said, but your bottom line is you have to book what your fans want and long term, whatever. And he said the biggest thing that he thinks that's keeping AEW from being a legitimate threat to WWE is their long-term growth. Who is AEW attracting outside of the wrestling community to their product?
Right.
They are attracting literally zero. And you can make all the fun you want about Miz, but him going on Dancing with the Stars and being a cross audience person, because I guarantee you that most of the people that watch Dancing with the Stars are not WWE fans. Well, guess what? They might now tune in to watch Miz because he went over there. And AEW, you want to talk about your fucking hypocritical everything? Do you know what other WWE star was on Dancing with the Stars before Miz? It would be Chris Jericho. Just so you know that Chris Jericho, long before he was dancing with fucking MJF, learned all of those moves from being with Cheryl Hines on Dancing with the fucking Stars, I think 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So Chris Jericho grew his brand, and Chris Jericho and CM Punk sometimes make some people tune in to AEW, but they do not have any audience outside of their core. And Rampage got 400 fucking thousand, which is the lowest ratings ever for Rampage since its debut. So, I mean, you brought in Bryan Danielson. The whole point of this whole fucking discussion, you brought in Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole,
Yeah.
I'll count Ruby Soho, and fucking, CM Punk, and you didn't move your fucking needle at all. ESPN covered CM Punk's return. So you got some press outside of your cult of AEW, but you have not grown shit. So everybody that wants to pat their backs of Tony Khan and say he's Booker of the Year, Tony Khan is in my pillow guy territory. If you want to look at his long-term plans, that's where he's at.
Yeah.
He tied his rocket to the wrong thing, and he's become a wrestler collector.
Yeah. I had so many replies for a lot of comments you made. I forgot most of them. Hey, I'll just do the board. You know,
Okay.
Since you just went, I'll do the board. Because somebody's asking for something special here, and it's a big special. So Juan says the Marks want to relive Monday Night Wars. Both products are not good. I want to make it very clear that we're not
pro WWE here.
Oh yeah, no, you can say that for me too. Go ahead. I mean, you've gone nonstop. I mean, I don't need to say anything. And you know what? How about I just give you Kiera's ring, because basically you're just shutting me down.
Do you want me to just tell you what you're thinking? I could do that.
I mean, basically that's what you're fucking.
Here's
doing,
what Rob thinks.
right? I leave my wife to do a podcast with my best friend who also does the same shit she does. So I'm just saying, okay. We are not putting WWE on a mantle, but we are saying that AEW does not deserve. I think the Bischoff comments is more prevalent than anything.
Go.
Bischoff saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, but saying that if I could restart WCW right now, I would blow you out of the water. Basically what he's saying to Tony Khan.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now,
I believe him.
I believe it too. I would actually love to see Khan hire Bischoff to come in. And no, Juan, you were right. And I'm going to give them.
Yeah.
This is Roderick Strong. I approve this message.
That's for you, Juan.
Juan, you're right. I wouldn't want Bischoff to come back to AEW to restart the war. I don't want that. I want two extremely entertaining wrestling programs a week that I can watch or not watch, but know I could always watch and be entertained by it. And I might see a buddy of mine who actually watches weekly and go, hey, I missed a couple weeks. What's going on? I want to know what's going on. Oh, da-da-da. Oh, that's cool. I'll catch up on Wednesday.
When I tell him about NXT now, he's like, I don't care.
I don't care. I don't even watch WC. I stopped watching WWE going, I'm going to go full-fledged. Everything I'm going to watch, it's going to be AEW. I'm a mark now. AEW for life.
Kiera was trying to do that.
Yeah, we both tried. And I'm like, I don't care. I watch Monday night because we're here. You know? I don't have time to go back and watch Wednesday because I'm not as excited or care that much, and I'll get the recap.
Yeah.
You know?
It's easier, instead of devoting hours of your time, it's easier to read.
It's not giving me anything that I'm fucking crazy about. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing too, Rob has the fortunate of missing Wednesdays. I told him, hey, just go back and watch the MJF Punk promo. Saved him 2 hours. Doesn't have to watch anything but that one back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah. Juan says WWE is firing people who are not molded for WWE program. They want people who will walk company line. 100%. That's true. Tony Lopez, Vince firing everybody isn't helping WWE either. Who's next? You know, Tony, is it? I think it is helping WWE. It's raising their bottom line. And guess what? They've called Tony's bluff. You can't sign everybody. And he's already going down the rabbit hole.
Take them.
Yeah, he's going down the rabbit hole of too many people. And there's going to be some others that come back. And DP, he says, how many holy shit moments can you actually have when you try to make every moment a holy shit moment? With Ring of Honor closing shop, every Full Gear, All Out, fucking Double or Nothing, whatever, Revolution. What do we got to have a new wrestler debut at every one of these shows?
Right.
I mean, no disrespect.
That's how you get your viewers. Oh,
Yeah.
who's going to show up?
Yeah, no disrespect, but it's kind of bullshit that you built this up. Remember back in the Invasion days with WCW, and everybody hated the first crop of people that debuted?
Yeah.
Everybody wet their pants for the first crop of people for AEW.
Yeah.
Now they're all in catering, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Paul White, Mark Henry, why did these guys come over?
I don't know.
And I saved Cody for last. He's an AEW original. You know how many matches Cody's had? 20. 20
matches.
20 matches. He's had to be featured in every story. He has to come out and talk on promos. He has to do this. He has to do that. He could be, I mean, and this is a low bar that Jeff Jarrett set, but he could be like Jeff Jarrett for the first few years in TNA. Stay away from title feuds. Build your stock as a heel owner. And
Yeah.
Jarrett didn't try to recreate the McMahon-Austin era
Or-
thing, but he did create an evil owner kind of persona.
Well, of course, Jared didn't, solve racism either. So.
Oh, well, that's true.
Right.
When you name your daughter Liberty and she's mixed, you've solved racism. I mean,
It's
Liberty's the name of the Paw Patrol dog. So
Liberty,
I mean,
Liberty.
that solved the
Liberty.
tension between America and Canada.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol's Canadian.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not?
I don't know.
Juan says Tony's not smart. He has an okay product, but he shouldn't toot his horn.
Let me respond real quick to Juan talking about all the people fired for not walking the company line. I'm sorry. I work for a corporate Fortune 500 corporate fucking company, right? In the full time. If I walked into my job and I didn't walk the corporate line, guess what? I would not be doing that job. I'm sorry, motherfuckers. This is one of the things that's really annoyed me in all the years of doing this as well. Is where I love you guys. I do. And I love wrestling as an industry and as a tradition. I do. But man, you fucking fans, man. There's a point where it's just, you got to go, there's a level of intelligence you have to put into this. Yeah, I mean, you want to push people, you want people to do things, but if they come to your company, your Fortune 500 billion company, and don't walk the line, oh, they should keep him because he's a rebel. I understand your argument on certain levels, right? You do want somebody to push a line like Stone Cold did, or like Shawn
Like Punk did with his pipe bombs.
Punk did with his pipe bombs. But if you tell me for a fucking hot second that half the shit, 90% of the shit Punk did in WWE was not already pre-known to be doing. Punk did not call out Vince and his family during the pipe bomb without Vince and his family knowing before he did it. He didn't call Triple H Paul Levesque.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Paul Levesque. He didn't do that on TV without Paul Levesque knowing it. Get over your fucking self.
It's Levesque, but yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm just sorry. Get over yourself. Walk the company line. The fuck out of here.
No, and I mean, not to echo Rob's point, but to go in a kind of different direction. Most of these people that have issues with WWE, I mean, I look at some of these like Tyler Breeze. He had 14 years with the company in Fandango. They walked away and they didn't have praise for WWE, but they were like, thank you. You guys gave me my career. I'm a name of any level because of you.
I can't remember the last time I worked for somebody for 14 years.
Yeah.
For myself. That was it.
Even Mox and Renee, when they walked away, I know Mox says differently in his book, but Renee's like, you guys gave me my husband. That's a big fucking deal.
Right.
You know, and I don't care whatever Punk says. He got his wife and he got his livelihood from WWE. He can be as bitchy as he wants, but these two assholes right in front of you that are sitting on a couch would love to have taken 7 years off and not had to worry about bills because of the money we made with our past employer.
Right.
I got to tell you, I'd be fucking, and I don't
Great.
care if he handed me my pink slip on my wedding day. You paid for me to live 7 years
Yeah.
with losing 3 shitty UFC matches.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vince.
I pretended to be a comic book writer for a couple years. I mean, yeah. Sorry, you got to live your dream. I don't want to get. I love Punk. I don't want to get into that.
I love Punk too, but I'm saying like there has to be a point where you're just shitting on them because you think that's what your audience wants.
Yeah.
And it's not even
And
anything.
unfortunately, it kind of is.
And that's the sad part. I love Daniel Bryan for taking the high road.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the candle boxes real quick as we close the show out.
Yeah, real quick. Come on.
Candle box. These are the guys left behind. Before we get there,
Far
let's
behind.
on Impact. Mickey James, Chelsea Green, Brandy Lauren, and the Iconics, now known as the Inspiration. They're current Knockout Tag Champs.
Oh, they're doing well. Then.
They're over on Impact.
I love
EC3's there,
Grassy
Braun's
Green.
there, Good Brothers are there. A lot of people went to Impact, and they're not in catering like the AEW squad. But the Candlebox people that are left far behind, Bray Wyatt's out there, Keith Lee's out there, Nia Jax, Karrion Kross. Some of these are not able to sign
Did you
yet.
really put Tucker?
I put Tucker so I could have somebody that didn't matter on the list too.
Tucky smoking weed. He's out
Bo
there.
Dallas, Lana. I mean, there are some others
Lana-
out there.
Lana's got gigs. She's got modeling gigs or whatever she's got. You know,
Anyway.
everybody loves a cute little white girl.
There's people out there. Brian, we can't really take his word for shit, but he will be back here on Wednesday. Don't forget, we have a Tony Khan level announcement coming up next Monday on Monday with the Marks. But check out Wednesday. It will be the All Elite half hour because I'm going to try and get Brian to do fucking rapid fire and just, pinch it off real quick and go through it. But then we'll be back with Monday with the Marks next Monday. All Elite hours sometime in between then. I got nothing else, Rob.
No, I'm good.
I think we made our point. And I like to see some of our former lieutenants coming back, like Tony Lopez and Juan and Anaconda Vice showing up tonight.
We love you guys.
We love you guys, even though Rob took a whole minute to say how you hate the wrestling fans and how they ruined the industry. I was like, oh my God, this is our fan base. And this is why they don't like you on the board.
I blame myself. I blame myself.
It is your fault.
I know you guys don't like me. I don't care.
Yeah, we have a pipeline to Connecticut. It is our fault.
I love all you guys, and I have for all these years very genuinely loved all of you, even though you've hated me in return. So, you can all suck it. So
Yeah, and WWE makes money. Their machine is making money. AEW, Daddy's gonna run out of money if you don't if you keep signing everybody, especially when the Jaguars suck too. Anyway,
suck it, Hitman, by the way.
tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel. Please upload this, Rob.
Oh, there's no music.
Oh, look at that. The Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. I recorded this 6 years ago. Half this shit is out of date, but please listen.
Marked Out
If
Podcast
you
is
like your
produced and
subscriber,
edited by
hit
Record
a thumbs
Studios
up button.
and is recorded live from
Look
Charlotte,
at
North
Statler
Carolina.
and Waldorf, the whole
Subscribe,
fucking
follow,
thing.
and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live.
Yeah,
Download
get a
podcasts
t-shirt.
by
We have cool
following us at
t-shirts. Nobody
podbean.com
cares.
or subscribe
wanna
on
buy the other
iTunes and
t-shirt.
Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating.
Get it.
Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronic